Dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to the Wheeling Wine and Whiskey Podcast, episode 329 in the Ruby Track Studio. Chris, how the heck are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing very well. Looking out on some storms rolling through the Sierras right now. Unfortunately, they're wet water storms and not snowstorms.
It's all water. It's just different forms of water.
It is different forms of water, whether it's frozen or not. I like the white frozen kind personally for sliding down on sticks. But anyways, you guys are getting a lot of precipitation down there.
Yeah, we got it rained. So I drove into work this morning. It was dry. The roads were dry. I was stoked about that. You know, at 3:30 in the morning, there's not much traffic. But, anyway, it started raining right around 5. And we ended up, when I left work, we had received 1.3. That's right, 1.3 inches of rain. And it was actively raining when I left work. And there were actually golfers out on the golf course. You know, it's just brain damaged golfers. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
So almost an inch and a half of rain, which is a lot of rain in a one event. And it was one of those. This storm is like a constant rain. It never just stopped. It was a steady, consistent. Nothing heavy. I mean, maybe a couple of heavy moments, but for the most part, it was just a steady rain. No, that's perfect. That's what you want. That's why you're so happy.
That's right. The pumps are off, and the irrigation system is in standby, and the golf course is not crowded. Obviously, it's a double-edged thing. When there's nobody on the golf course, there's no revenue. But you guys made so much money this year; it doesn't even matter. You could shut the golf course down for the rest of the year and be still ahead. Probably. I don't know.
Oh, I guarantee it. I know.
Coming up on the holiday season, I know the clubhouse starts to get busy with holiday parties and stuff. So they start to carry the weight.
They finally carry their weight. Yeah, I know. On July 12th this year, you were praying for a day like today. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I'm at home relaxing, recording with you guys. It's good to see our guests. I haven't seen them in a minute.
Right.
And I'm drinking one of my favorite beers, Sam Adams Oktoberfest, to start the evening.
How many do you have left?
After this one, I'll have 3 left after this one's done.
Okay. All right.
And sitting next to it is the second drink of my evening rotation.
Uh-oh.
Is a Jack and Coke. So I'm double fisting.
Oh shit! Holy hell! That's impressive. You got it one mulligan there. That's great.
Absolutely. I think ahead when we're sitting down to record with special guests and stuff.
It's because you are a PR professional. That's why. That's good. Right. I brought no backup whiskey for this podcast, so I've got water and about 5 or 6 minutes of whiskey. So here we go.
It's a good thing you're about 10 steps from another source.
But I did bring our guests down to Minden Mills, so we had some beverages there to start off this weekend. Because like when I was in college, the weekend started on Thursday afternoon, because they had the street. What do you call that? The street fair. The oh my God, farmers market. We had a farmer's market every Thursday in San Luis Obispo, and that's when it started. And you saw like all your instructors, teachers, everybody on the streets of San Luis Obispo, eating, drinking, having a good time. And that was the start of the weekend. Friday was a freaking wash at college. But anyways.
Well, you're just continuing the trend now with your retirement. So
that's right. It's so good.
You have a house full of retirees up there.
I do. So with that, let's introduce our guest and get right in, because we have no business to take care of. We're going to go straight into this podcast.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. So sitting to my left, longtime friend and friend of the podcast, Tom Rosa.
Hello, everybody. Yes, thank you for inviting us into your home, and the hospitality you have shown us over the years has always been just very generous. If you ever want to come visit Jason, just shoot him a DM.
Okay. Yeah, shoot me a DM and I'll say no. There's a gate going up next week, so
yeah, you got to know the
no
special
vacancy
code.
sign and gates going up. You guys are the last guest of the season.
Yeah, Jason and
Airbnb
Chris
shutting down.
It's
Damn.
shutting down. Except for you, Chris. You're welcome anytime.
Oh,
Jason and
perfect.
Chris I've known for quite a few years, all started at the Hammers, and these guys are the best people, salt of the earth, true to their word, and I always enjoy hanging out with them and having any sort of conversation. It's very meaningful.
And you've been on the podcast before, right?
Yes, I think this
You
is
had some other guest
it's like our
appearances.
third time. We did one of the Sand Hollow recaps, and
Yeah.
we were at one of the trail cleanups.
Uh-huh.
And outside of that, we've it's been a great experience. Really enjoy you guys. Appreciate you having us.
Right. Well, man, that's quite the intro. And sitting to the left.
Stop handing him money, Jason.
Do you want to introduce who's sitting to your left?
To my left is my beautiful bride, Karen Bennett.
Oh, well, that was a sweet introduction as well.
There you go.
And I appreciate the hospitality as well. And I'm honored to be your last guests before you close the gate for the season.
I love it. And this is your first appearance on the podcast, right?
It is. I was in.
You were a bystander.
Yes, I was in the perimeter for Lake Barrett, but I just.
That's right. Barrett Lake with Glenn and Kimberly Plake
yes.
a couple years ago. And who else was on that trip? We had Pete, he did a day trip.
He didn't stay, yeah.
Yeah, Big Pete.
Muller stayed.
Muller stayed. Rodney Muller, JL Latte. And then who else was there?
Oh, God, the other guy with the CJ, the brown CJ.
Gentleman named Dave, possibly? There's a lot of Daves, so I'm just throwing that name out there.
Dave Ainsworth was on that trip.
Oh, Dave Ainsworth with his buggy. He didn't have a Jeep, but there was another.
There was another brown Jeep. I thought it was a brown Jeep.
Brown.
And then there was another
That's
guy
throwing me off.
that lost the tires. Remember the tires?
Oh, that was Chuck.
Chuck, yeah.
That was Chuck. Jim O'Leary. Jim O'Leary was there in the blue Jeep. That wasn't brown.
Was it blue? Okay.
Yeah, you got to change your context.
Colorblind, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a Jeep.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. That was a fun trip, even with all the Chuck shenanigans. But yeah, that was a good one. Okay,
Yeah,
man,
you find Chuck just loves to send shit. So
he does. So, all right. So we are gathered here this evening to talk about Tom and Karen here are doing something pretty cool. And I said, hey, they were in the area and they, we were communicating. And I said, yeah, stop on by for the evening. We're going to cook up some good food and have a good time. And let's record a podcast because they're starting on a 2-year journey in a cabover camper.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
and in a 25-year-old Ford truck.
Well, yeah, but it's a Ford truck. It doesn't matter how old it is. It's going to keep running. We all know that.
It's
here
better
on
than a
this
5-year-old Dodge, right?
or fucking half-year-old Dodge. I mean, it's way better than a Toyota. We know that too. So because Toyotas suck, so we.
what about a 13-year-old Dodge? Those are the best years.
I wouldn't.
Oh, if you guys could only see Chris, the disgust on his face as he's shaking his head as we throw shade.
And we're out.
You got to
for having
remember,
us.
Chris edits these podcasts, so we.
Oh, that's true. You can make it sound like whatever.
Right. He can do whatever. So even we'll see. But no. So you guys
Ford suck.
are starting out on. Lorenzo just flipped you off. I don't know why. You're starting out on this journey, and so let's get down to the bare bones. When did this conversation start? The planning. I want to know everything. Like I know some stuff, but what. You just wake up one morning and go, fuck it, we're going to go camping for 2 years.
Well, I think Tom can take it before this, but I know our first date 5 years ago, that was part of the conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has never been shy about his plans, and I think he's had them long before that, so he can take it from there.
Was it before that, or was it?
Oh yeah, I've always seen people work their most vibrant parts of their life, and then when they're done with work, their light is very dim, and they don't travel. They don't have the ability. My mom loved to travel, but by the time she got to the age where she could travel, she couldn't walk.
Physically couldn't.
Physically,
And
yes.
that's a very good point, because that's what I witnessed when I was a kid, young adult, and my parents' friends worked, they're 40, 50 hours a week up until they were 60 plus years old, retired, healthy, happy, everything's great, buy their RV to go travel, and then a year or two later, one of them gets diagnosed with some bullshit and they're bedridden and they die.
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I've always been of the mindset I'm willing to sacrifice today for a better future. So I've always you know me, I'm the cheapest son of a bitch. I'm driving around in a
you are I wouldn't say cheap, I say frugal, but in a good way, Tom. In a good way. You have fun, but you do it on a dime.
And it's put him in a position that he can retire
because
as he is.
You're still pretty young.
Yeah, I'm 56 and I wanted to retire at 55, but just things weren't working out. I mean,
it was my fault.
Yeah, it's totally Karen's fault. Technically,
throw Karen under the bus.
I hate to throw this out there, but Karen is a Canadian.
What?
Eh?
Hey, one of our best friends of the podcast is Canadian, Ian Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
I've got nothing bad to say about them.
I'm okay with Canadians.
Yeah, they're fine. But we did need to get Karen's green card.
They're fine.
They're fine.
They're fine.
Oh Thanks. God. The truth comes out. No, you're okay.
Here we go. Oh,
I did think
Tom's going to be traveling solo for the next 2 years.
I did think I'd have some power over her with the spousal green card, but then come to find out, once the papers are signed, it doesn't matter.
I can be out of here tomorrow. I'm a free spirit.
Yep.
Wow.
There we go. This is going to be a doozy. All right.
It should make you be confident, though, that I could leave, but I choose not to.
Yeah, if I can interject, because you guys were going to start your trip at Trail Hero and launch from there, and then life had different plans for you. The past 6 weeks, whatever, life happened. But I mean, how cool is that Karen is 100% on board, player, loving this whole, journey that you're about to partake on. And you guys had a little bit. You got a taste going to Trail Hero. You got a taste prior to this that we'll get into, but that's a commitment. I mean, a cabover camper is like 14 square feet, and
some days seems like 2.
Yeah.
Well, let's step back a little bit more, because I mean, obviously they've. From what I can understand, I don't know the entire story, and I want to hear it. But you've kind of eliminated your base, your home base, if you will. So you're fully committed at this point. You don't have a fallback position. I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, obviously, things could change, but I mean, you rented out your place, you sold all your possessions, and put the rest in storage. So you're kind of fully committed.
100%. That was one of the things when family, when they say, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And so things changed a little bit, and we didn't have anywhere to go. Our house was leased. We had renters in there, and due to some problems with my father's health, we moved in with him, which, we gladly accepted the burden, not initially, but it took a minute. But yeah, we cannot move back to our house. We have friends we can stay with, but like they say about fish and friends, They both get stinky after 3 days.
I need that sign for my front door.
Well, you got a strong base of friends that you can lean on if you need a driveway or a front yard or
I was
whatever
gonna
to park
say.
in
Absolutely.
for a few nights,
Absolutely.
Yeah, Karen and I are both fortunate in that aspect. But yeah, we've moved from a 2,200 square foot house to a 126 square foot camper.
Is that what it works out to?
It's about that, yeah.
Because you got the exact same camper I do.
Yep.
Living space.
Living space.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
I figure 8 by 9.
Yeah, you're right. You're
or
right.
17
Okay.
feet long.
Wow. Okay.
So, what are you towing a trailer, or are you just the camper in the truck, and that's the whole operation?
Basically, the whole operation with the addition of a couple of the electric bikes.
Wow.
The similar models. Do you have the 500 or the 1000? I mean, the 750
Electric bike.
electric bike.
I've got the X3. I don't know. I've got the 3 something. I've forgotten all about what that. It's the Model 3 or XP3 or.
Yeah, we just picked up the XP4, so they're a godsend because we don't want to pack up the camper every time we want to run to the store or grab a beer or lunch and so we've got little saddlebags on them, and they you lose your man card when you're driving these little electric bikes.
No, not really.
I'm okay with that.
It's not bad.
It's not. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that.
It's not bad.
Honestly, it's practical.
It's very practical, and they're commonplace now. The electric bikes, and I've ridden like badass $15,000 electric mountain bikes that could bomb a mountain, and they're basically a dirt bike. I've ridden electric Randy Slosson's dirt bike that was stupid. 2, the basic cruiser, that's a step above electric scooter. Dude, that technology is cool.
Yeah. And we've already put in the last 3 weeks, we've put 180 miles on our bikes.
I believe it. And that is, so there's no perfect RV setup, right? Like, you got a cabover camper and truck. You can in 4-wheel drive. You're 4-wheel drive. You can go through any freaking terrain. You can get to some badass remote spots. Back up. Your back door is looking out over a 10,000-foot cliff. You're not going to do that with a fifth wheel or any other RV. Now the fifth wheel, you got a lot more room, and you could have all the stuff, disconnect it. Now you got a truck to drive into town, and then you got a motorhome. Okay, well, now I got a badass motorhome with 20 slides and all this shit. There's pros and cons with each one, but I like the way you set this up. And you have a motorcycle, but then it's like, okay, well, how do I haul 2 motorcycles? Well, the answer is 2 electric bikes. That's more feasible and works. And I like your setup that you can set up your base camp and then bomb out of there with your electric bikes.
So what's the setup of the camper? I mean, so you had to minimize, obviously, because we all are cabover camper owners and we know what we can and can't bring. And so, I mean, how'd that process go for you guys to decide what clothes to carry or what supplies to carry? You're kind of, like me, I carry a little bit of a toolkit, for doing a little bit of repairs to the camper or maybe the truck.
Well, you got Dodge.
And we'll get into that stuff in a little bit, but what was the process of, how did that go?
I don't think either of us have been big collectors. Like neither of us have had a lot of stuff that we had to saw down too much. And Tom's done an amazing job pulling out the back seat and organizing the things that are going to save our lives and the stuff that we need. And I think that's been the biggest part of it.
Yeah, it's what do you need to survive? You not necessarily to be comfortable, but we took out the back seats, we put in totes in there. But yeah, a lot of the furniture we just gave away. Furniture is it's so hard to sell. It's not worth very much. Only the antique furniture that we've gotten from generations generations we kept. Most of the stuff, the tools I all kept. We tried to pare down, but yeah, it was a pain. And this first 3 weeks, we've really decided like we don't need 2 coffee mugs. Why the hell would we have brought 2 coffee mugs? There's no reason for 2 coffee mugs.
I don't even
Okay.
drink coffee.
Yeah, and Karen doesn't even drink coffee.
I don't even drink coffee.
And I wanted to do this whole slow coffee thing in the morning where I hand grind coffee beans
It's a process.
and do that whole thing. Fuck that. Hand grinding coffee is a pain in the ass. It takes so much time. My hand is so tired.
Lee
It's-
Lim just turned over in his.
Oh yeah.
my hand is more tired than when I was a teenager in high school.
No, wow. So you just derailed my train of thought. Okay, so moving out of what'd you say? 2200 square foot house. And you talked about, you go through the house and you're like, okay, I need this, I don't need this, and trinkets or whatever. You're like, okay, what's the bare basics I need? And pare down. And then there's always the sentimental things, whatever it may be. Your grandmother gave you this little thimble from Italy or whatever the fuck it was, and it's like, how do you throw that away? Or do you? I don't know. It's a trying moment of like, what's important? Material things at the end of the day really don't matter. I mean, there's sentimental stuff, but it's like, what do you had to pack up some stuff. You obviously your Jeep and all that stuff. It's like, okay, well that's, you work that out, but, yeah, that's a difficult thing to go through your house of 2,200 square feet and narrow it down to, okay, I'm traveling on the road for 2 years. What do I absolutely need to survive? Like you said, and it's not like a life or death situation, but it's like, we're going to hit warm weather where I'm going to be wearing my Speedo or whatever you do. I don't know. I'm going to be in the frozen tundra of Alaska with 14 layers on. So how does that process work?
It actually
or not?
a lot of crowdsourcing. Social media has its advantages and disadvantages, but one of the posts I put is I laid out all of my winter clothes and I hit up some of my friends that are in North Dakota and
Okay.
Idaho and said,
Cold climates.
what I'm California boy. If it gets below 30, I go inside.
Cold was 30 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what and they would say no, yes, no, wool, everything, cotton, nothing.
Okay.
They would give you feedback because I'm not a cold weather wilderness guy. Horton was good at giving me a couple clues.
Oh, you're Horton with a Who.
Yep, Horton with a Who. He's a big time outdoors.
Talk about a survivalist.
Yeah, 100%.
Minimalist.
Yep.
Yeah, he's impressive.
Do you have a teepee in case anything goes south?
A funny side note is we did bring
So-
some wilderness gear, so in case we need a day apart or something like that, we can go off into the wilderness and go camping.
I love it.
We'll see how often that becomes necessary.
Yeah.
Tom wanders off in the woods to build a sweat lodge.
A couple of days ago, Karen said, you went out for a 2-hour hike and you were gone 5 hours. There's no communication. What the hell? At what point do I call,
Yeah.
security or rescue?
Security.
I was debating my options. As it's getting dark, do
Right.
I wait till the morning? Do I call somebody?
And you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And all the advantage is, though, with Tom's track record, they won't come to me first that I've done away with you, because you do have a habit and a track record of wandering off.
That's true.
It's tough when the mountain keeps calling. I mean, the trails just keeps going. You're like, oh my God, there's something better over there, and keep walking the trail. And yeah, I felt bad for that. So we have to figure out some sort of better communication.
You guys got InReach?
No.
Okay, you should do that.
FRS radios, man. Those are good.
No, that he gets beyond FRS, but I think InReach is your answer.
I have the satellite communication on the 15, on the
Okay.
iPhone 15,
Yeah.
but Karen's 13 doesn't. But that's, InReach
you could upgrade
something.
her phone, but
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. It feels a little longer sometimes, not because of us, but I mean, we've done so much
Sure.
in the last 3 weeks. But it's been a good trial too, to see what works, working out some of the kinks, what we need to leave behind when we go back to Modesto now, and what we need additionally. So it's been a good, it's been a good trial.
So I was just gonna. That was in my mind when we started this podcast, knowing Tom, and how he wanted, he talked about this for years with us around the campfire. And then it was coming to fruition. And, we were on the text streams and photos and stuff and Instagram are like, okay, we're packing up the house. Okay, last day at the house. Okay, we're making this. Okay, we'll see you guys at Trail Hero. And, boom, started the trip. And we left Trail Hero the last day and we took a picture together and going, I don't know when I'm going to see you guys again, right? Like, you guys are starting your 2-year journey. Cool. And then other shit happened and life journey, whatever. And I think you're going to look back on this like it was kind of a blessing to like you planned a lot. Obviously, you did your homework and talking to people and watching YouTube, whatever it is, and like how do we prepare for this journey? And boom, you did some cool shit to your camper that we're going to get into. You did some cool packing. You're utilizing every fucking square inch of that Ford pickup, which is awesome to see. Because there's some, week-long trips that I do, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to bring all my stuff, and a week is stupid compared to what you guys are doing. And then, boom, you gotta reset. And then you got to go back and then reset again. And I think, it's you're going to look back on this and go, that's kind of a cool blessing. However it works out, whatever your thought process is, and you are more prepared now than you were when you thought you started this trip.
Oh, 100%.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah, like you said, it was a blessing. It gives us opportunity to test our theories and to run through scenarios and like an outside temperature gauge. We need an outside temperature gauge. It's just one of those things that you like to see.
About.
Yeah, a spare parts for the diesel heater.
Yeah,
because if you break and you're 2 weeks into a trip, I propane goes by quick when you're trying to not freeze.
Yeah. And that diesel heater, there's some. I mean, it's super basic, and we were talking about earlier today. There's a lot of forums and stuff out there, but there's some certain parts to have on hand. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we kind of advanced this thing, but we jumped ahead. But so you had this in your mind for a while, and you met Karen, and apparently on the first date, you're like, "Yeah, I want to do this nomad thing and travel." And she was on board, obviously, because she's hung out with you this long. And then, the timing worked for both of you and to set this journey. So let's get into that and some of the, your dreams and desires and where you want to go and what your thought process is on this whole deal.
Where to start with that? Let me see.
Well, that's a big question you posed.
I know. But that's what we do here on the podcast.
No, I like it. And I think, well, I mean, we started in California, so we're starting at the top.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard people come to California to see half of the things that we've been seeing. I've enjoyed a lot of the areas that we've gone to that have been quite secluded and quiet and beautiful skies. And it's going to be interesting to see how the topography and just the landscape and what's available as we move across the country. So I'm looking forward to that. And the people. I'm looking forward to meeting some people as we go too.
Oh, you're going to meet a ton of cool people.
Yeah, it's I know so many people that live in the valley and have never been to Yosemite. Wow. It's just little things like that.
And that's one of the greatest places in the world.
Yeah, we have such close access to these things, and I was really fortunate, like you're saying, when I met Karen, it was like, hey, this is a deal breaker type of thing. Like, if you're down for it, we can move forward. But if this sounds totally foreign, and what did you come from? Where did you come from?
Canada?
The boat,
I've moved around a lot myself. I didn't accumulate a lot of things because I move quite a bit. And it wasn't a huge jump to move to a cabover that's 160 odd square feet or whatever, because I have lived on a boat for many years as well. So it's the same sort of small enclosed area that you have to be careful what you bring and where you put it and how it packs and etc. So it sounded like another fun adventure, land not locked, but on the land opposed to on the water.
Yeah, so it wasn't foreign to you.
It was a different medium, but similar.
Yeah.
Similar adventure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I was really appreciative Karen was on board when brass tacks actually started showing up and we got the green card, and now it's like, okay, now it's time to retire. Now it's time to pull up stakes. And it was it hit a little different because now it's reality. And
100%. I had a dog, so that was a big stickler for me. It was hard to that was a deal breaker too. I was not about to just drop her at the pound or leave her something, somewhere like that. So I had to find the perfect place for her, and I did. Okay. One of my girlfriends back in Toronto could not have been a better pick. So I put her in the car and I drove her to Toronto and spent a few days and then drove home and cried the whole way.
I was going to say that had to be freaking tough driving away. Oh my God. I didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah. She still sends me updates and pictures and photos. And Molly is doing amazing there. So
that's cool. What kind of dog?
She's a Great Pyrenees German Shepherd mix.
Okay, wait, that's a pretty big dog.
Yeah.
Pyrenees are no fucking small dogs, and they're furry as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. And she wasn't going to fit into the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not only was she...
That's not a dashboard dog.
Yeah.
Not a lap dog.
She took up a full space and she hated it.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't going to work out.
Oh my God.
So Tom was very good about that too.
That's wild. Yeah. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So Karen did make a lot of sacrifices. She had a job that she really loved, and she, left that she was really good at. I left a job that was getting more and more difficult. It was becoming more and more paperwork. It was becoming more and more, 3 forms for everything you wanted to do. And it started losing its luster.
I remember a phone conversation we had, like it was your second to last day or day before your last day or whatever. And you're like, dude, this is getting fucking real. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I mean, I was excited for you guys, but when it actually gets to that time, you're like, holy crap, Batman, this is actually happening.
Yeah, it's everything you've always dreamed for, and now it's coming to fruition. And what are you going to do about it?
Right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
you want to know about the Jeep?
Oh yeah, let's talk about the Mexican jumping bean.
Yep, the CJ5, the Jeep I've had for 31 years.
Jeep you can't kill.
I had the emotional separation of my dog, and Tom had with his Jeep.
Yeah.
Did you sell it as a Jeep or as a Toyota if you sold it?
The CJ will never be sold. It is currently in cryogenic stasis under 13 tarps in the corner of our rental property.
Did you? Wow. I want to know. So you tarp this sucker up to last for the next eternity, but when here's the question. This is the key.
Mm-hmm.
You bundled it up, bungee corded, ratchet strapped it, whatever you did, and you walked away. You took like 10, 15 steps. Did you turn around and look back at it before you walked away totally?
With a little tear in my eye. I told it I'll be back. I said I'll be back.
I'll be back,
and I'll get you new tires when I come back and a full tank of fuel, and I might even change your windshield wipers.
Wow. And then you take it on the trail and beat the living snot out of
it. And then beat it like a redheaded stepchild.
Yes, sir.
So good. I love it.
But yeah, that one, the tires were shot on it, so I didn't care about that. We did put it on jack stand so it doesn't, fall over or anything like that. Lenny LePage helped me out with a lot of storage stuff. And the soulless strawberry shit box, the Cherokee.
XJ. Yeah, what happened to that?
So that one I gave to my son.
Okay.
My eldest son. He had an XJ too, so his XJ went to my youngest son. my XJ, which was in 100% better shape than his piece of shit.
That's not saying much.
No, but it went to so basically transfer responsibility and insurance.
Okay,
and he's like, wait a minute, I thought you were going to keep this in your name. And I said, oh, sir, I know how you drive.
No.
No. And so he got that one. The dual sport I sold to my buddy Abel. Yeah, so he's got that. The bicycles and stuff, they went to the kids. Anything that I thought they could find value in, went to that type of stuff. A lot of stuff we sold, donated.
Yeah, a lot of stuff we gave away the last few days. We're just like, you know what? There's
Just
a table.
we can't take this. Go.
Table at the end of the driveway. If you want it, it's there.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, and in the reality, right? It's like we accumulate things, and it's like, do we?
And they make you comfortable.
It's like you freed yourself up, right? Don't you guys kind of like? This is kind of cool.
Yeah, the couch we're sitting on right now,
right?
Are the couch at my house.
Right.
They were much more comfortable than the cabover camper, but
right.
It's you get used to it. You just sit on a pillow.
Yeah, whatever. You figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, generally speaking, when you're camping or you're adventuring, you're not in the camper with, simply to use the restroom or take a shower or sleep or, whatever. I mean, the rest of the time you're out and about or outside next to a campfire, hopefully, and enjoying the great outdoors, right?
100%. We've said it a couple times. We moved from 2,200 square foot to 128 square feet, but once you open that door, our square footage is infinite.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. It enables you to get to these cool places. And, we were talking earlier this evening, you guys hit like how many hot springs before you hit my house?
Oh yeah.
Natural hot springs.
Half a dozen or so.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I mean, and that's like, some people never hit hot springs. And then some people, it's just like 2 or 3 in their lifetime hit a natural hot spring. And you guys did 6 in one week.
In the last 3 weeks, we've been to the coast. We've put our feet in the ocean.
Yep.
We've been to mountaintops outside of San Luis Obispo. We've been to Lake Isabella with this little reservoir that was wide open, kind of looked like the Serengeti desert because it was just these little groves of trees. And like, we've been to hot springs. We've been to the forest. We've been, we've been to Red Rock Canyon,
and Fossil Falls,
and Alabama Hills. Oh my God.
Alabama Hills is pretty freaking cool.
Alabama Hills is one of the most amazing places if you like bouldering and just climbing over rocks and getting lost in just Flintstones type of environment.
Flintstones is great.
We went out for an hour hike and came back like 6 hours later, because we didn't bring water or food or anything. We just kind of got lost roaming these hills.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, no. And that's the cool thing. And you can wake up in the morning and go, where are we heading to next?
Mm-hmm. And that's just in the first 3 weeks.
Right.
Once you break free of the shackles of California, what's the next destination do you have like a plan, a path, a route? I mean, are you going to follow the seasons? Obviously. I mean, what's the goal?
Yep, we're going to stay somewhat south for a while because it's
for the winter.
Yeah, winter.
Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, that sort of idea. But it's going to depend on what we find in the state and any recommendations that come in along the way too.
Yeah, we have some friends, and if anybody wants to contribute to the list of items that we want to see, we have some friends, Lisa and Clint, that do Instagram, and they see all these amazing areas, like in Arizona, these canyons that I've never even heard of, and they'll send us links, and they'll send us like, oh, don't forget this part, and we just put it on the list. And so Arizona's next, basically, and we're going to
canyons in Arizona. You mean like the Grand Canyon?
No, something a little less off the radar.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
Okay,
wait, they have a canyon in Arizona?
Well, at least one. Yeah, it's called Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon.
I mean, how cool is that? Where you could just pivot at a moment's notice. Let's say you got this plan. Okay, we're going to go here. We're going to spend 2 nights here, and then go. And you meet somebody on those 2 nights that you're in Arizona, and they go, "Oh my God, you got to go take this hike over to here. It's 45 minutes from here, and you can camp here," and you have that flexibility to pivot and just go, you know what? Yeah, hell yeah, we're gonna go over there. We're gonna go check this out. If these people, our new friends, are telling us how cool this is, I mean, that's that sense of adventure. I'm gonna FOMO out when you guys are doing stuff like that. I see that stuff on Instagram, and it's like, yeah, could I go do that? Yeah, I guess I could. But I like my home base. I like my home and my comfort and stuff. And then it takes that sense of adventure to a whole nother level that you just got to commit to, which you guys have.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
Pretty freaking cool.
So you'll be able to do like Route 66 and pop along that and check out all the different scenes. What's that famous song? I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, what is that famous song, Chris?
I'm trying. It's sitting in my head, but I'm
I got my
right
kicks
now.
on Route 66, or
That's one of them. But
or lost my virginity on the alien highway of Nevada.
I'll
Not
remember
familiar with that one.
But
Sing us a few bars.
Doing Route 66 and then trying to track down like the largest ball of yarn or whatever. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of the largest tea kettle, the biggest, dinette set, the what was that? The something in the big blue ox.
Oh yeah. The lumberjack.
Yeah. What's the
Absolutely.
lumberjack's name?
Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, Paul Bunyan.
Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
And the Canadian comes through.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's the Canadian education system.
Hey,
Winslow, Arizona. That's what I was thinking of.
the largest stack of pancakes with Canadian syrup on top.
Yeah.
Now you're
Hey.
talking.
Does that come to the side of poutine or what?
I would like to clarify, though, that I was in the country legally originally. Just I had a work visa, and we did transfer that to the spousal visa.
Yeah, she was tied down to her work. That's why we had to get a spousal green card so she could leave her employer.
Let me rescind my ICE request here. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You never know. So I just want to throw that out there.
No, it's all good.
But yeah,
So,
the comforts
go
of
ahead.
home.
I'm sorry. Go
The
ahead,
comforts
Tom.
of home are amazing. You don't have to worry about if your gas is going to run out. You don't have to worry about your water supply that you've got are we going to be able to take showers? Are we going to be able to flush a toilet? You don't have to worry about your septic system backing up or your electrical.
Yeah, that was where I was going to go next or soon was the logistics of this whole journey. I mean, thinking about where are you going to dump? Have you mapped that out? Where are you going to refill water? Because some people can be pretty stingy about that, or some places can be pretty stingy about it. I know Jason's got a dump station. He's got water for days. But I mean, and laundry facilities or, pulling into a grocery store to restock and whatnot, or, and then of course propane for the rig and whatnot. So how is that mapped out, or are you just kind of letting it fly?
We're not mapping it out specifically for we're going to make this stop, but I have done a lot of work in managing water. Like I've added additional 17-gallon bladder to the truck. I've got water pumps so I can pull when we were at Granite Lake.
Grant.
When we were at Grant Lake, we went there and pulled 10 gallons of water because we were low on water. I can pull it out of the lake. I can filter it. I can treat it. I can put it into the cabover. That way we can have a coffee and stuff. And I put a water filtration purification system on the truck so we can have fresh water, clean water, because we drink a lot of water. We've installed a diesel heater in the cabover because it's so much more efficient on fuel. And if we need to, we can pull from the 40-gallon tank on the truck to keep the heater going.
So talk about that for a second, because you came up with a pretty cool idea for that diesel heater. So a lot of people, especially in cabover campers where you don't have a lot of resources, or large volumes of propane or water or whatever. And the heater is the biggest propane sucker there is.
Oh, for sure.
If you're running that in a cold climate.
Generator and the heater.
Yeah. And so you plumbed in instead of replacing your heater, you kept the propane heater, but you incorporated the diesel heater into that system.
Yeah, so we wanted to keep the propane heater for those quick, take the chill off, just getting out of the shower. We want it just a little bit warm and as a backup as well. The thing with the Lance 920, since it's a 4-season camper, it ducts the forced heat system
air,
into the tanks to keep the tanks from freezing in colder climates. So one of the things that I did was I plumbed the diesel heater. I have it going directly into the intake of the forced Atwood heater system. And I have a little thermometer there that once it gets up to 150 degrees, it kicks on the fan in the forced Atwood heater, the factory heater in the camper. So I turn on the diesel heater, it starts to ramp up, it gets its temperature up, and then it kicks on the heater, and the heater, the factory heater the factory fan will duct the hot diesel heater air through the camper.
Whole camper. I thought that was a great idea. I don't know if you came up with that or saw YouTube or what, but that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
Obviously.
Certified genius.
Yeah.
Sheer genius. Wow, Coyote is my business card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. That I thought that was great. Instead of just shit canning the stock heater, which has its benefits and drawbacks, you basically have the best of both worlds right now.
Yeah, I can run either system.
Yeah.
There's just the minor additional space that the diesel heater took. The biggest thing was managing the heat, because they do produce an incredible amount of exhaust heat. And so you do have to manage that so you don't bake your paint or melt your insulation and such.
Right.
I've actually did a YouTube series video. Well, okay. I recorded a bunch of video on how to do this. Now it's just about the editing and releasing it.
All right. So plug your YouTube channel right now. We'll do it again at the end of the podcast. But
the YouTube channel is TK Compass at YouTube.
Okay.
At YouTube at TK Compass, and it's Tom and Karen's Curious Compass, where we've got, I think, 20 videos up right now, basically from what kind of tools I'm going to take, how to install additional lighting on the camper, because we're going to be in boondock places where if somebody comes knocking on the door and they say sheriff, I want to make sure it's a sheriff before I open the door. So I've got hundreds of watts of LEDs that I can flip on and light the entire area up.
Perimeter of the camper.
Yeah. So I'm not greeting them with my 357, because I understand they don't like that.
In your boxers.
In my boxers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got a bunch of videos. We've got a bunch of videos on there about and everything from packing up the house to progress and getting rid of everything in the garage, to camper builds, to little clues about. I remember Jason was talking the one time about how he had to take his cabover off to get to a spare tire.
Oh yeah, I had to lift it up to get to my spare tire. Yeah,
and I've got a little trick where you can you buy this jack adapter, that extension that goes into the winch that drops the tire.
Yep.
I picked one up from Pick and Pull, and I modified it for a 3/8 ratchet.
That's cool.
It's in there all the time. I just put a 3/8 ratchet in there, and I can lower the spare tire down without dropping the cab.
Yeah,
wow. That's a good call.
I mean, all these things to think about. There's so much, and you try to prepare for everything. You can never prepare for everything, but yeah, you've done some cool mods. I'm like, that's a great idea.
Tom's done an amazing job. I mean, regardless of the age of the truck or the make and model, etc., I have faith that he's able to push through anything that needs to be pushed through to get us where we need to go.
Yeah, 100%. And if you're right, because anybody that knows Tom knows if he can get a CJ5 through something, he can get this luxury vehicle through. You got a killer truck. It's a Ford, of course, and 7.3.
The vulnerable 7.3.
It is, and there's a couple little. And that was the other cool thing. I don't think you've mentioned on the podcast yet. You threw it out there to the internet universe. Go ahead, talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, there's a huge 7.3 following on Facebook, and we were able to post up and just say, hey man, here's my plan. I would like to know what sort of spare parts you guys would all keep. And I've got every sort of answer from it's a 7.3, you don't need spare parts.
Right.
To just make sure it's got
Right.
oil, to order everything in the catalog. And people are saying, why are you spending $1,000 in spare parts? I said, that's a car payment.
Right.
That's a truck payment.
Oh, yeah.
I am perfectly willing to spend $1,000 on sensors,
Yep.
on belts, on
Yep.
pulleys, on tensioners,
Things that go wrong.
on things that will leave me stranded.
Right.
If it gives me a tattletale, and I had something like 250, 300 comments on this thread that gave me great information. And I've also got a little video of that up on the YouTube of me going through all of the parts that I've decided to bring to keep us rolling. Because if it's something like the rear end where it starts making noise, I can get to a shop.
Sure.
If it's in the middle of the Utah desert and I've got no cell communication and it's on me to get the hell out of there, then I need spare parts.
Well, yeah, and fluids and a belt. I mean, those are common things. Belt tensioner, whatever it is. But there are those sensors, like some stupid little sensor that if you had in your toolbox and you could replace, and you're back on the road, ready to roll. I mean, that's cool. And the power of the internet now, and you got to wade through the bullshit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
There's the haters out there. There's this whatever, and and I've got 14 years of experience. Well, yeah, okay.
I've got a million miles and never changed the spark plug.
But you're stupid. Okay, so moving on to the next guy that's like, oh yeah, I did. I've got 200,000 miles on my 7.3 and did something similar. And here's the two things that went out on me over those 2 years. So it's great information. You just got to wade through it and yeah.
Yeah, and I did a lot of work to the truck too. I put new tires on it, got the rear end rebuilt. The transmission had just been gone through. There was a lot of maintenance stuff that, I want something that can get me through.
Sure.
So, but all in all, I think we've got the right combination. Jason's got the 920, the Lance 920.
We got quite a few people with the 920s.
Yeah, it's a great camper. And, like we've just done little things like where we Velcroed the dinette table onto the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because we don't need it most of the time. And the ceiling, there's wasted space right above, the two windows. And
well, and you were looking at today my little extension table off the sink to at the step up to go up to your bed, to utilize that space.
Yeah, increase counter space.
Counter space is minimal in our campers. So you're preparing a 5-course meal for your 6 new friends. You got that extra counter space.
Yep. Yeah, Karen and I have whipped up. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask if you had done anything with batteries, like lithium ion or anything like that, or you just
has he done things with
That's
batteries?
a whole other podcast.
Oh,
right
that's
there.
a whole other podcast. How long you got?
Not
We
that
did. So I put 600 watts of solar. I've got 400 amps of lithium. I've got a 3,000 watt inverter.
Holy moly.
I put a soft start on the air conditioner so I can run the air conditioner on strictly batteries for about 4 hours.
Wow.
I've got a 1,500 watt inverter in the truck that I can subsidize the camper system with. So I can run, I put an auxiliary idle control on the diesel so I can ramp up the idle speed to get the alternators to kick out the 150 watts I need to subsidize the whole system. I've got 60 amps of lithium charging capability on the truck to get the 400 amps up. I've got multiple monitors to monitor the 12 volt system, to monitor the 120 volt system, to monitor the Super Duty, to monitor the truck electrical system. I'm all about data and making sure that everything is in balance, and watching my percentage of battery usage as we're got our little kettle boiling. It's like, okay, that's taking 60 amps at 600 watts. That should give me about 4 hours.
And that's totally fun to be boiling the kettle and being questioned how long it may take to and how much water I've got in it.
Babe, we've only got 100 amps of capacity. Are you sure you need to boil the water that hot?
I really want a tea. Is that okay?
No tea for you.
So yeah, I don't have a generator. The Lance I got did not come with a generator, so the entire generator compartment is filled with batteries and electronics.
Yeah, it's a cool mod you did, and it's important, and especially in this day and age with the technology, the solar technology is improved so much, and obviously the battery technology, and you're making, you're cashing in on all.
Yeah, we'll see how it works. The first 3 weeks have gone great,
so
but
far, so good.
But the sun is getting lower in the horizon.
Well, that's it. We're getting into winter,
and the clouds are getting thicker.
Yeah, you're gonna have your lights on longer.
The heater needs to run longer.
Exactly. It's getting colder, and it's going to be a true test coming up here.
Well, you're going to be in the southern part of the states too. I mean, that'll save you a little bit there as far as outside temperatures and whatnot.
True that.
So one of the things I want to kind of change gears for a moment and talk a little bit about myself and what I've been doing with my Lance camper. I know Jason's been following along. I've been threatening to reseal the roof of my camper because it's long overdue or was long overdue. And I finally bit the bullet last week, and I crawled up on the roof of my camper and I scraped my oldest son, Craig, came over and helped me out. But I'll tell you what, all you people that own RVs or campers or whatever form of recreational vehicle that has any type of roof with sealant on it, you need to go up there and inspect it and make sure everything's good to go, because leaks happen and this stuff doesn't last forever, and you need to make sure it's good. And I found some areas that weren't so good. So, I do have some DLAM that occurred on the driver's side in the cabover on the sidewall. It's not too horrible. I'm kind of hopeful that it's not going to be a big problem for me. I did find a little bit of a leak in the interface between the nose cap and the rubber roof, where the caulk had failed, had just rotted away. And shame on me for not checking that sooner. But everything is fully sealed once again, and the roof is golden. But I'll tell you what, the hardest part of that whole process, and I'm not sure if you've done it, hopefully you have, and you have supplies to mitigate any leaks that you might encounter. But removing the old caulk is the hardest part of the process.
Yeah, Chris, I was curious. Do you do that on a time basis or on a visual inspection basis? Like, if everything looks good, you just send it, or is it after a certain amount of years do you do it?
Well, that's a good question, because you got to do visual inspection, and I got lazy. I'm just going to be freely admit that. One of the luxuries I had in the early years of owning that camper is I could store it indoors. My previous employer, they had big shops and big, dry storage areas. So after trips, I would just basically unload it from the camper or unload it from the truck indoors. And when you can store something indoors, it extends the longevity of things quite a bit.
Oh man, does it ever? Yeah, that would be great.
So
did you have just the die core that you had to remove? Do you know what the previous sealant was? Did you do the last sealant?
Yeah, it was the lap sealant, the die core, the self-leveling stuff. So there was the normal caulk, the non-self-leveling. It was in the seams on that interface between the nose cone or the nose cap and the rubber roof. That was just regular caulk, that the typical stuff that I don't know whatever was recommended RV sealant. And then you run a bead along, you scrape off all the stuff. I got the tools. You got to be careful though. There's different roofs on campers and different materials, and I think you have a metal roof or an aluminum roof.
Aluminum roof.
Yeah, I have the EPDM or the rubber roof. So scraping along with sharp tools is definitely dangerous if you don't want to slice the rubber. But once you carefully scrape all that stuff out and clean it with, Jason had recommended I use mineral spirits, but that was actually not what they wanted us to use. I ended up using rubbing alcohol was what they recommended. So
Who recommended?
The internet.
Oh, well, of course they're right.
Anyway, I didn't want to. They said the mineral spirits would be a little aggressive on it, so I didn't use that. I used rubbing alcohol, and that did a great job. So I cleaned it nicely, and then I, ran a bead, and then you take your finger with soapy water and you run it along and smooth it down. And the game changer of this whole process, the hardest part of it, obviously inspection is the first thing. If you find areas that need work, you need to do it. You need to get the prep work. The prep part is the most important, scraping out the old caulk, the old material, and then cleaning it so that the new material will adhere to it very well. So, but the game changer in this whole thing was the battery-powered electric caulk gun.
How many times have you said caulk this podcast? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. We'll have to. That's a contest for the listeners. So, but
drinking game.
It's just, man, I'll tell you what. The manual gun, with your hand gets tired and whatnot, and you're just clicking on it and whatnot. This thing, you pull the trigger and you got to move, man. I didn't practice with it. It just went in cold.
Can you adjust the speed on it?
Yeah, and I was on the slowest setting, but
wow.
and it's just like, I'm like, oh, I got to go faster. Ooh.
It's like welding.
It is.
Yeah, it's like welding with a MIG.
So, but again, my recommendation, and if you haven't done it, I would definitely do it, is check your roof. And if you don't have the materials to repair your roof, having that, what's that that tape,
the butane or
Eternabond. Yeah. The tape, that's like stuff you can use for quick repairs or whatever. So, again, that's not recommended for rubber roofs, because once you stick it down, it's down. But,
yeah.
That's my roof. I pulled off the TV antenna, because who watches broadcasts anymore, to put a solar panel down. And a previous owner at some point put this stuff down that's like taffy. It is incredibly sticky.
That's the Eternabond.
Yeah. So, but that's what they put that on everything. And I'm wondering is if that's sufficient, and then they've got Dicor over it, where somebody else just Dicored on top of it. The only way I found to remove that taffy stuff was with heat. I could not get it up.
Heat gun is your friend. Yes, Chris mentioned alcohol, mineral spirits, acetone. You got to be careful. Rubber roofs are obviously more sensitive. Are you aluminum?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm aluminum too. And that makes things a lot easier. But the mineral spirits and stuff, they can't have a prolonged contact on the rubber roofs. But yeah, heat is the only way you're getting off that Eternabond.
Yeah.
We had to remove some of that off of James and Rhonda's camper. Man,
that stuff is, I don't know what the adhesive is, but that's like gnarly glue, man.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what I was thinking. Like, this stuff is so
it's
complete. I don't know why I would ever need to get into it again, but
it's the Loctite tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the red, orange, maybe even orange Loctite.
No, it's
tape.
the mil spec Loctite.
Yeah. No, it's important. It's good, but a good segue there, Chris, is because once water gets into the camper, you're fucked. And especially, we have wooden frame campers. You have aluminum. James and Rhonda have the aluminum frame. Mm-hmm. That's the saving grace there. Is like,
but that's just the frame. That's not any of the laminate.
No.
There's a lot of wood still in there, right?
The integrity, the structural integrity of the camper is not compromised, but the, siding and all that stuff starts to bubble and laminate.
I may have to tear into it at some point, but I bought some time,
yeah, exactly.
But so, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's true, but I want to learn a little bit more. You guys, Tom and Karen, are well on your journey. You're going to start this thing back up here soon. I'm super glad you stopped by to our Humboldt boat here in Minden, and I'm looking forward to your adventures and living vicariously through your Instagram and YouTube's, because that's all I watch is YouTube at night. And especially this time of the year where it's getting dark at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I watch a lot more YouTubes and stuff this time of the year, which is great, to follow your journey. And I'm looking forward to that. What's your takeaway so far in the short, starts you guys just got going, and you're going to reset a little bit. So what was like oh shit, we need this, or, oh no, this is dialed, I'm glad we did this?
I think the biggest Miracle Trust guy, Corey gave me some of the best advice. Is just remember, this is your life. This isn't a vacation. This isn't a hurry up and get to the next spot.
Okay.
This isn't a we're in a rush. We're on a timeline. This is just your life. Just live your life. Roll through the punches. Don't worry about if shit doesn't work out. There's quite a few times where Karen would come up with just this amazing place. We'd pull up and it says closed. And it's like, instead of getting pissed off at it, or we wouldn't be able to find a camp spot. And instead of, just like, cool, there's another camp spot around. I guarantee there's another camp spot around. We are not going to die tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, actually, I'll add to that on more of a personal level too. We are here together as a team, and that requires a lot of communication. And a part of that was counseling. We went to couples counseling as well, that helped with our communication and strengthening our relationship, because that's one of the biggest parts of this too.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, if we're stuck together, not stuck together.
We both didn't listen to everything she told us when we went to that counseling, but that's okay.
We are attracted together like polarity of a magnet.
You guys, yeah.
Wow.
Opposite. It's so good.
Good save.
But yeah, it's my biggest thing. If somebody wanted to start this, is just do it, man. I mean, just do it. You'll figure it out on the road. You'll figure it out how to do stuff. You can always, take time and reassess. You can, we can't always go home because we've got a landlord there, but you can rent someplace. You can rent an Airbnb and hold up into the place for a while if shit just goes sideways, or, there's all sorts of opportunities.
You can pivot super quick.
You can pivot quickly. Yeah. If you stay flexible and you stay, flexible.
Yeah. And Tom did such a great job preparing for this. I think that we may have been, I don't know how other people are, so I'm not comparing that, but I think we were in a really good position to start with all of the legwork that he did beforehand.
100%. And knowing Tom and his ingenuity and stuff and the way his brain works, I had no doubt that you guys were going to be successful. And there's a learning curve even with all that prep, but I'm glad to hear, because it's super cool to me, all these people I've met over the years, and whatever, we all come together, and I'm glad to hear that story. I didn't know Corey had talked to you, because they had their journey of just selling everything and doing their own thing. We got Kobe and Alicia here that did the same thing, and you get to pick their brain and the pros and cons of whatever, and learn, from these different, people that have experience, real world experience, not internet experience, and it's cool that you can pull from all that. And
and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah, and you pick and choose from that and go, oh yeah, no, we could do that, or we're not going to do that, or whatever it is. It's great to have that information and learn from what people.
Absolutely.
But what great advice! Just don't be in a hurry and do your thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it said he told me it took him 3 months before they realized that this was their life and not their vacation.
Well, and he's coming from corporate, right? Like, he's running this big business and going, you got all these employees or all this stuff, and the stuff that just drives, you think it drives you, but when you step back from it and go, I don't need to be doing this. I can wake up and whatever time that may be, not set an alarm. How how refreshing is that to not wake up to an alarm every morning, right?
Yeah, wake up with the sunrise.
I gotta be at this specific place at this specific time. No, you don't. We're gonna wake up when we wake up. And whatever, if you're a morning person or evening person, whatever it is, you wake up at your time, you do your ritual, you make your coffee, you make your tea, or have a water, whatever it is in the morning.
An omelet.
And an omelet, whatever it is, you got to eat this big ass meal, or I just want a cup of yogurt. And you start your day and you're like, you can sit there. I mean, how cool. You could sit there at your couch in your 920 Lance and go, what are we going to do today? Here's some options. We could do this 4-mile hike. We can go fish this lake. We could go ride our electric bikes down to this cafe that's highly rated. Whatever it is, the world is your fucking oyster. Yeah. And if you don't like it, you go, you set the plan, whatever. Okay, we're going to go to this cafe. We're going to go on this hike. And you come back at, dinner and go, oh, that was a great day. Or, you know what? Fuck this place. We're going to move on to somewhere else. You can do that.
Yeah.
You're not, you didn't buy a house there. You didn't, you don't have stakes there. You can literally press a button, whatever, get your truck, camp folded up, pull up the jacks and go somewhere else 10 miles down the road and go have a great experience the next day.
You're making me look more forward to this. Like I want to get back out there now.
So one of the things I wanted to say or ask, I guess, more than anything, is during this journey, because I mean, you have a place in Modesto and it's rented out. But I mean, is at the end of this journey, this 2-year adventure, is it the goal to come back to Modesto, or while you're out and about, are you exploring where you'd like to settle next? Possibly selling your Modesto place, or just continue renting it and buy a house in, like, I don't know, Arkansas, Iowa, Minnesota. I don't know. Maybe go to Canada. Is that something you're considering?
Well, we saw a for sale sign next to Jason's place, so we're keeping our options open. No, my kids are all in Modesto in the Central Valley. My 3 kids, my one other child is up in Washington, but my grandkids are all in the Central Valley. It would be hard to leave there. I have similar opinions on California as Jason does. I do too. Yeah, Chris does as well. The whole 9 yards. But it is one of the most beautiful states. It is. You can spend 3 days skiing and then the next 3 days on the beach, surfing. And you're side by side surfing, whatever.
Having a Mai Tai.
It's the weather tax, though, that's pretty brutal.
The weather tax is very expensive.
It is, and that's Karen and I have become South Dakota residents just to get a 10% increase in our withdrawals, because California takes 10% right off the bat.
Assholes.
And we're not going to spend any time in California except for this week.
Okay.
Don't tell Newsom. Okay. Shh. But yeah, we and I don't know, maybe 2 years, we'll see what happens. We're kind of open right now.
A lot can happen.
But a
lot can happen in 2 years.
A lot can happen in 2 years. And this is why I wanted to do this podcast, is to, like, beginning new your journey and the couple false starts you've had, unplanned. You're flexible. You guys have a great attitude, and you're ready for this adventure. And the last week that you had is like, yeah, we're on the right track. So the cool thing is, I want to, interview you guys in 6, 8, 10, 12 months, whatever from now. And we're going to go back and see, you think what you want to do, but you don't know.
Nope.
And you're going to meet a bunch of people, and you're going to see a bunch of places, and you're going to have a different opinion than you do now, and go, you know what? I think, this, that, whatever. But then when you experience these places, or wherever you go and you didn't know existed, you got places you're going to see that you didn't even know fucking existed.
Yep.
And then you're going to go, you know what? We want to kind of hang out here for a couple years.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing, because we're lucky in this United States of America that we're in. We just celebrated Veterans Day. Thank God for our veterans that are fighting for our freedom to be able to do what you guys are doing right now. You guys
Absolutely.
are just freaking exploring and having fun. And, there's not a lot of places on the face of the earth you get to do this. And, you find somewhere, wherever it may be. It might be Arkansas. I don't know. And go, this is fucking home. This is a cool spot. These are our people, whatever. And then Chris and I can come visit,
We'll have the gate open.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because my gate's closing on January.
Have the gate
1st.
open and leave the light on.
But no, it is. You got to find your spot. And everybody's got their different thing. And people could tell you, oh my God, you got to come live here. Well, that's good for them, but it might not be good for you.
Yeah.
And you got to experience it to figure that shit out.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't want to leave their comfort zone because it's difficult. I mean,
you will always find reasons not to go.
100%. And that's it. And, as much as I like to get out there and I work a little bit, but I got to have a home base. I can't be just what you guys did. I don't think I could do. And I admire it. I got friends that do it. Right. And we have friends that have done this, but I got to have a home base.
There it is.
Everybody's got to have their own path. That's what makes it interesting, and leaves room for everybody to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
100%. I don't want everybody to do what we're doing. The fucking place would be crowded.
Exactly.
Stay out of my forest.
Stay out of my forest.
I'm proud of both of you. I think it's awesome, and I'm gonna start following your adventure on YouTube. And yeah, cool. I just hope everything.
Thank you,
TK
Chris.
Compass.
Appreciate that. TK Compass,
Yeah.
and then the Instagram and the Facebook is
They're all about the same. It's either at TK Compass or at
the Curious Compass.
the Curious Compass.
The Curious Compass isn't that your YouTube?
Yeah, but the handle is just at TK Compass.
Okay.
Like if you type in Curious Compass, it'll come up with us
Okay.
because we have the most videos out of everybody. That
Wow,
you can
look at
say
you.
there's a lot of Curious Compasses on YouTube, but they have like 2 or 3 or 5 or 6
Okay,
videos.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the whole
Okay.
thing is the Curious Compass with Tom and Karen.
Okay.
So some variation of that out on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the icon or the logo is just a compass with the world and stuff like that. So we've still got work to do on YouTube. And honestly, I remember Jimmy was telling me, it takes you 10 times for every minute of video. It takes you 10 minutes of editing. And so for our little 15-minute videos, it's 2, 3, 4 hours of editing.
And hence why we don't do YouTube. We're on
I'd
YouTube,
be-
but we're
I'd be
audio
burned.
only. It's
I'd be
stupid.
burned out.
No. And
I
I
mean-
commend Chris. We have our strengths, and Chris's strength is editing the podcast. He does a wonderful job because I've sent him some absolute shit, and he makes it. He makes lemons out of lemonade that I send him. But oh my God, if we did video, fucking it.
I'd be out.
Yeah, we're out. We're out. We're not good to look at, first of all. That's why we have voices for radio and not TV. But no, I wish you guys the best of luck. I'm so looking forward to your journey. And I'm glad you joined us this evening and agreed to do this podcast with us.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So what are your final thoughts or predictions, whatever you want to say? We're going to wrap this thing up in the next 5 minutes, but what are you thinking for the future here when we do this podcast 9 months later or a year and a half later?
I think
What do
there's
you tell your future self? Go ahead, Karen.
there's a generous community of people doing similar things that are a wealth of information that are a comfort to rely on. And I think they're going to be a lot of help and use. And we're going to be in 9 months wiser and happier and looking at a bright world.
That's awesome. The glass is full in your world.
Yeah, where you're catching us bright-eyed and
I
bushy-tailed.
love it.
Tom?
Mine is, I'm going to do some philosophy here.
Oh.
Comparison is the theft of joy. Make your own path and don't look at anyone else's. Do what you like the most, and happiness will find you. And this is our path, and you can do it too. Just, make your choices, make your decisions, and go for it. And if you don't, follow us.
See your future. Make, be your future, Danny. Line from Caddyshack. That sums up what you just said. I love it. I just, there's a lot of people out there that are doing their 9 to 5, whatever it is. I got my family. I got this. I can't. They're listening to this and go, I can't do that. I can't. No, you can. Maybe you can't do it tomorrow. Maybe you can't do it next year, but if you plan, you could do it in a couple years or whatever it is, right? Like, life is precious and short. We were talking about that prior to the podcast, and it's like, enjoy it while you fucking can.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what tomorrow brings.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to miss the hell out of my grandkids. They're going to be 2 years older at the time.
And that's
I see
it.
them.
There's sacrifices, right?
You
It's
have
not
to make
like,
sacrifices.
and
Yes.
This is the thing. I mean, you get people and you go, oh, well, you got this amount of money and you're living this lifestyle or what? No, you don't. You can do what you want to do, right? Like, within reason. You
don't need a new truck. You don't need a new camper.
And that's my point. Exactly. I'm glad you said that, Tom, because you got a Ford truck, which you're fine. If you had a Dodge, I'd be worried about you guys. But, you got a Ford truck, you're going to be fine. And no, but you take the opportunity and figure it out along the way. And the cool thing is, in this world that we live in and our group, you got a bunch of friends you can lean on and go, hey, we're out here and XYZ. Can you help us out? Yeah, absolutely. We'll send, so-and-so. We'll send Chris out with his YJ to come get you. No, it's cool. The word can't is not in your vocabulary. You got to just do and figure it out as you go.
Yeah, the word can't comes very easy on the tongue.
Yeah.
It's the doing it is the hard part, and it is hard. Don't get me wrong. It's not. Hopefully we will share some of our fails along the trip as well.
Yeah, there's going to be some tough fucking deals, and yeah, that's inevitable. But you got the resources to figure that shit out.
I'll take pictures of Tom out in the backpacking tent as the snow is piling up on it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's
Perfect.
like, there's going to be adversity just like anywhere, but you guys are going to have way more adventures and positives than the negatives. And that's the cool point.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Best of luck, Tom and Karen. Looking forward to your journey and the stories that come from it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jason. Really appreciate all your time and your hospitality.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to our next podcast with what went right, what went wrong, and where you are, Waldo, in this world. So where's Waldo?
So you have to have a Waldo outfit for the next podcast, Tom.
Right.
The line is, where's TK today?
Yeah, TK today. Oh, I like that. That's got a good ring to it.
I like it.
Okay, so you got to look them up on YouTube and the Instagrams and Facebook too.
Yep, so Facebook as well.
Yeah, so
we're taking a little hiatus due to the family things and just respect for what's happened.
Yeah,
but
10-4.
We're gonna it's should start flowing.
People can read between the lines of what's going on, but we're looking forward to getting through this part of your life and moving on and making the best of it, man. So TK
Curious
Compass.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, happy trails.
Yep, let's go have a glass of whiskey.
On.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys. And with that, Chris,
We're out.